Welcome back, Panthers. It's hard to believe we're back at school. It's been a couple weeks. We hope transition back to school has gone very well for you. We have some things today for our first advisory we'd like to share with you. We'll talk about scheduling changes, communicating with teachers, information, resources that you can use, learning how to study, and some more things that we hope will be helpful to you as we progress. First, an update from the counseling office. At this point, we feel like most of your schedules have been managed and we're on track with that. The beginning of the school year is by far the busiest time. We want to thank you for your patience and understanding as we get through this time. The counseling office has been buzzing really since the end of July. As a department, we really enjoy meeting with you, and we appreciate truthfully the maturity and respect that you've shown during the last couple of weeks. We know that there were several days for some of you between getting to see us and signing up, but we also can assure you moving forward that you will not have to wait that long to see your counselor. We will be available. If you need to see your counselor, please stop by the school counseling office in C103. There's a sign-up sheet on the counter. It's a lot like this, multicolored papers. Each of our names are on those sheets. Simply sign up, let us know what you need, and then we'll send a pass to have you come down and see us when we're ready to catch up with you. Typically, that's about a day. If there's an emergency and you need to speak with someone right away, don't sign up. Just let Mrs. Finland know that you need to see one of us. Someone, it could be anybody at that point if necessary, and there's really no need to sign up. We will take care of you as quickly as we can. Back to scheduling. From this point forward, we will not be dropping classes to add different classes. We're already 3 weeks into school. However, some of you may be finding that course level changes are important, and we can discuss those after midway of the first quarter. That's in about a week. When a course level change is necessary, it's because you're finding that the level of the course you're taking doesn't fit well. For example, you're in an honors class, it's more than what you bargained for, and you need to move to CP. Or you're in a CP level class and you need to move to a non-CP standard class. There are processes for course level changes. First, we would like everyone to at least try the courses, stay in the class, and give it a solid try. Stick it out, see if you can figure out how to do the class. This allows you to learn more, become more comfortable with the class, your teacher, and allows your teacher to understand more about you and what you can handle. If you're feeling that your current class is not a good fit, please talk to your teacher directly about the importance of communicating with your teacher throughout the school year. But your teacher is really the best person for you to communicate with to start course level change conversation. If after all of that, you're still wanting to discuss a level change, please sign up to see your counselor. Your counselors will meet with you and will help you facilitate a conversation between your parents and your teachers so that we can come up with the best fit for you. With that, I'm going to hand this over to Mrs. Centers. Thank you, and enjoy our advisory.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. As Mr. Collins mentioned, it is incredibly important that you communicate with your teachers throughout the year if you're struggling in class. This may seem silly to talk about the importance of talking to your teachers when you're in high school, but so often we see students in the counseling office coming to us first without even having a conversation with their teachers. So if something's going on, please talk to your teacher first. Why? Well, your classroom teacher is the best person for you to talk about if you're confused, having a hard time understanding the content, struggling with a particular concept, or struggling to get through your homework. Your teachers see you on a day-to-day basis. They often have resources they can give you to help practice and gain a better understanding of what they're teaching in class. They also see how you are in class. Are you engaged? Are you taking your notes or goofing around? Sitting around others who might be distracting to you? Often, you can work together with your teacher to come up with a solution so you can keep their class and be successful with them. The teachers in your classrooms want you to be successful just as much as you do. Which brings us to an important topic. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Not only in school, but in everyday life. Asking questions is how you learn. Sometimes people are afraid to ask for help from others because they're afraid of them being judging or judging you. Please understand that if you have a question, I guarantee at least someone else in the class probably has that question too. Think of it this way. You are usually helping not only yourself, but someone else by asking questions in class. When is the best time to ask a teacher for help? Well, you can do that before school or before class, after class, and during class are all good options. You can also use email as a way of communicating with your teachers. Teacher staff emails are usually the first letter of their first name followed by their last name at springboro.org. This should automatically generate when you start to type it in. Please keep in mind when reaching out to your teachers or any school staff to always be respectful and professional. Being that you're in high school, you are getting pretty close to adulthood, which means the workforce and college are just around the corner. Please get in the habit of being professional when sending your emails. What does this mean? Have a subject line. Don't put your whole email in the subject line. Have a salutation. Dear Mrs. Centers. Write in full sentences with punctuation and always say thank you. To speak about where you could find some helpful resources this year, I'm going to hand it off to Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Mrs. Centers. One place you can often go for important information is our school website. The high school has its own webpage where you can find the answers to many of your questions and important resources throughout the school year. I'm going to walk you through some of our website now. You can visit springboro.org. On the top banner of the website, you can click on Schools, where you can choose Springboro High School. On the left-hand side, you will see several categories, including SHS counselors. Our webpage is updated frequently with important information. From here, you can find out information about the ACT, links to helpful online resources, presentations that we give throughout the school year, and more. If you are interested in learning more about graduation requirements, there is also a page for that. Some of the most important information on this site is regarding scheduling information. We go over this a lot in the spring as we prepare for the next school year, but it never hurts to familiarize yourself with this information ahead of time. If you are currently taking College Credit Plus or thinking about CCP at all in the future, visit our College Credit Plus webpage. This contains all information you need to know about that program and how to participate as a Springboro student. Our School Links page contains all of our video tutorials showing you how to access all of the School Links features. Do you need to know where you're at with graduation requirements? You can watch a video that tells you how to view your transcript and how to complete a credit check. If you're wondering how you can document volunteer hours for NHS or the Community Service Seal, there's a video for that as well. We recommend that you bookmark the SHS Counselors webpage so that you can easily access it for information throughout the school year. Beyond the School Counselors page, you can also access Progress Book from the school website. If you aren't already in the habit yet, let this be the year where you start checking Progress Book regularly. If you're having any issues accessing Progress Book, especially if you are new to the district, please reach out to your school counselor and we will find a way to help you. Lastly, our principal, Mr. Martin, puts out an electronic SHS newsletter a couple times a week. You and your parents can sign up to receive these by clicking on e-news sign up on the bottom of the district webpage. These newsletters contain a lot of important information for you and your parents, and we encourage you to read these each week. There is a ton of information about our school right at your fingertips, as long as you know where to look. We hope you will bookmark these important sites for easy access throughout the school year. I'm now going to throw it over to Mrs. Tucker to give you some study tips to help you be more successful this year.
Thanks, Pal. As we head into the school year, I want to take a minute to talk about some healthy study habits that can really make a difference for you, not just in your grades, but how you feel about school overall. The good news is, small changes in how you approach your work can go a long way. First, let's talk about consistency. It's much easier to keep up with assignments and study if you set aside a little bit of time each day rather than cramming everything in the night before. Even just 20 or 30 minutes of studying most days can make your brain retain information so much better. Another tip is to set up a space where you can actually focus. That doesn't mean you need a fancy desk, just somewhere that you can sit without too much distraction. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb, just for a little bit, and keep what you need nearby. Give yourself a clear starting point. Your brain will start to connect that space with getting work done, which makes it easier over time. And don't forget balance. Breaks are important. Your brain can only focus for so long before it starts to wander. Try 25 minutes of studying or homework followed by a 5-minute break. Stretch, grab some water, get a snack, my favorite part, and then get back to it. And you'll be surprised how much more you can accomplish when you work with your brain's natural rhythm. Also, be kind to yourself. You're not going to ace every test or get perfect grades on your homework, even when you have strong study skills. You will still experience some discomfort and frustration, and that's okay. The important thing is to build habits that keep you on track throughout the year. If you stay consistent, create a good study space, and give yourself breaks, you'll find it easier to manage your workload and feel less stressed along the way. And one last thing, many of you are balancing school with jobs and sports and clubs and other activities. That can feel overwhelming at times, but the key is planning ahead and being realistic with your time. Use a planner or even just your phone calendar to map out your week so that you can see assignments, practices, and shifts that overlap. Prioritize what matters most, and remember, it's okay to say no sometimes so that you don't stretch yourself too thin. Finding a balance will help you do well in school while still enjoying other parts of your life. You gotta live a little. Speaking of other parts of your life, here's Mrs. Mitchell to talk about the fun things that you can join at SHS this year.
Thank you, Mrs. Tucker. Now that we're a few weeks into the school year, clubs and activities are getting underway. Hopefully, you've been listening to the announcements and hearing when some clubs are having their first meetings and seeing the advertisements beginning to be posted around the school. Getting involved in extracurricular activities is one of the best things you can do for yourself during high school. Whether it's athletics, music, theater, student council, or any of the other clubs listed on the slides sent at the beginning of the school year, these activities give you the chance to connect with people who share your interests and passions. They help make school feel like more than just classes and homework. It becomes a place where you can grow, explore, and belong. Extracurriculars are also a great way to build skills that go beyond the classroom. Teamwork, leadership, time management, problem solving. These are all things you'll practice naturally when you're part of a group, and they'll benefit you for the rest of your life. Plus, being involved can open doors to new opportunities, whether that's scholarships, community projects, or friendships you might not have made otherwise. And here's something else to think about. Balancing academics with activities can actually help your performance in school. When you're engaged in something you love, it gives you energy and motivation that often carries over into your classes. It helps you manage stress, gives you a healthy outlet outside of studying, and makes the school day more rewarding. So please look at the slides sent to you at the start of the school year with information about all of our activities. You can also scan the QR codes in the hallway if you can't find that email. Take a look and think about what sparks your interest. Try something new or deepen your involvement in something you already enjoy. Also, if you don't see what you're looking for, try starting your own club. There is a form you can pick up in the AP office if you're interested in doing this. High school is the perfect time to explore, and the more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. So we hope you will either continue with activities you've already started or be willing to try something new this year. And now, here's Mr. Wilhite to talk to you about athletics.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. Fall sports are in full swing right now, and many of you already have been practicing and having your first games, meets, and matches. But there are many of you who are interested in participating in athletics but haven't started yet. If you're interested in participating in a sport later this year or in the future, SpringboroAthletics.com contains a lot of information that can be very helpful for you. There you can access a head coach's directory with contact information for coaches. You can reach out to them and find out important information like where tryouts are and when practices start. If you can't find out what you're looking for there on the website, try reaching out to someone in our athletic department. Our athletic director, Mr. Rhodes, assistant athletic director, Mr. Staten, or our athletic coordinator, Ms. Savage, and they will all be able to help you. If you're currently playing or thinking about playing a sport, let's take a moment to discuss athletic eligibility. In order to be involved in high school athletics, you must be enrolled, passing 5 classes per quarter. Study hall and physical education do not count towards those 5 classes. You must not be failing more than 1 class. You must maintain at least a 67% GPA. If you're a student taking CCP classes, those classes may also count towards your eligibility. If you don't meet any of those criteria, you can't play. Please make sure you are staying on top of your academics while balancing your participation in athletics. Playing sports in high school is more than just a game. It teaches teamwork, discipline, and perseverance that carry over into every part of life. Athletics also give you a healthy outlet for stress, keep you active, and help you build lasting friendships with your teammates. Whether you're competing at a high level or just playing for the fun of it, being part of a team can make your high school experience more rewarding and memorable. Now I'm going to hand it over to our principal, Mr. Martin, to close things out for us.
Thank you, Mr. Wilhite. It's great to be back in school, and we'd like to thank all of you for a great start to the school year. I have just a couple reminders for all of our students here at Springboro High School. As you've been hearing in the announcements, this is a reminder that all cell phones need to stay in the cell phone holders when you're in your classroom during academic time. You are permitted to have your cell phones with you in between classes, during study hall, and lunch, but all other times it is imperative that they are put away. Please make sure that you continue to use the cell phone holders during your academic time. You've all been doing a great job of this so far, so keep up the great work. Lastly, I want to talk about attendance for just a moment. The school district recently sent out information to all parents regarding our attendance policy this year. As a reminder, you have 5 days to turn in a note to Mrs. Reynolds to excuse your absence. If the note is not turned in during that time, the absence will remain unexcused, and you'll only be able to earn up to 60% credit for the work that's missed during that school day. Juniors and seniors are eligible to take 3 school days for college visits and can also be excused from class to meet with college representatives who come to Springboro High School. In order for these absences to have no impact on your attendance, you must follow the procedure for excusing college visit days by picking up the forms from Mrs. Reynolds ahead of your college visit. 1 form must be completed, turned in a week before your visit, and you'll receive a second form to be signed by a college representative when you attend your visit. That must be turned in when you return to school. You can sign up to meet with college representatives who visit Springboro High School through school links. Again, for juniors and seniors, college visits have no impact on your attendance as long as you follow the procedures in place. Having excused absences, either by a parent note or a doctor note, will of course be extremely important when it comes time for exam exemptions. On the screen now, you can see our exam exemption policy, which has not changed. As a reminder, our exam exemption policy has 2 criteria, in attendance and grades. The first criteria is attendance. You're eligible to exempt semester exams if you have no more than 4 absences in 1 semester. Early dismissals and late arrivals up to half-day count as a half-day absence. And you have an 83% or higher in both quarters before weight in your class. Remember, you cannot exempt both exams for the same class both semesters. Also, more importantly, if you have any unexcused absences, tardies, etc., you cannot exempt your exams. Freshmen and sophomores can exempt up to 2 exams. Juniors can exempt up to 3 exams, and eligible seniors can exempt either the first or second semester exams in each class. As a reminder, you have 5 days to turn in a note excusing an absence, and after 5 days, notes will not be accepted for the purpose of being able to exempt exams. That's all we have for today. Thank you for listening, and be sure to make it a great and kind school year.